Welcome once again to Lehto's Law. Here's Steve Lehto.
Kevin sent me a note and said, Steve, check out this story. I don't talk a lot about religion on this channel. Religion and politics, the kinds of things that you can't win. You talk about them and both sides are going to hate you because the people that you are apparently in favor of are going to say, well, you should have gone further. And the people who are against you go, well, I can't believe you believe that. And so I just don't go there. But this is one that I think we have to talk about because the Satanic Temple After School Club has won a $200,000 settlement from a school district, okay? This is from the Philadelphia Inquirer. Rita Giordano wrote this. The club with the motto, Educating with Satan, has to be treated like any other student group according to the settlement. So the Lehigh Valley School District that tried to ban the after-school Satan Club from meeting on its property earlier this year has agreed to pay $200,000 to cover the attorney fees of the club because the club fought to have the right to do this, and they won. The school will also give the club the same access to school facilities as comparable groups. In the settlement finalized recently between the school district and the Satanic Temple, the district also agreed to not retaliate or discriminate against club members, families, or volunteers on the basis of their viewpoint or for the exercise of their First Amendment rights. So as a result of a May 1 preliminary injunction by a U.S. district judge, the after-school Satan Club was allowed to meet for a specified number of sessions last spring. Now, they say this is the first in Pennsylvania. There apparently are no other after-school Satan clubs in the state. Initially, the district had given the group permission to meet. The judge was not convinced that permission was rescinded, as the district claimed, because the club's advertisements failed to say the district didn't sponsor the group. Rather, he said he believed the approval was yanked because of the Satanic Temple's controversial viewpoint. He wrote, when confronted with a challenge to free speech, the government's first instinct must be to forward expression rather than quash it. Some people might also notice that there's a question of religion here, too. The attorney for the district denied that it discriminated against the Satanic Temple, its club, or the 4 students who attended its meetings. So we're not saying this is a huge group or that it's like sweeping the nation or anything. There were approximately 4 members who wanted to do this. As always, the district's priorities are the education of its students and the safety of its students and staff. By enforcing its policies regarding the use of its facilities, the district maintained a safe educational environment for its students in the face of credible threats of violence that had already caused closure of the schools and panic in the community. He said the $200,000 will be paid by the district's insurance and that all organizations will be following the district's facilities use policy in the future. It's unclear whether he's saying that he thought that the 4-member group was going to be violent or their mere presence was going to somehow draw violence or create violence. The arrival of the after-school Satan Club has spurred backlash and protest. Earlier this year, district schools had to be closed for a day after someone phoned in a threat about the club. Police later arrested a North Carolina man for making the call. So just so you're on top of this, there's something happening in Pennsylvania. 4 students have a club at school, and some guy in North Carolina got arrested for phoning in a threat about it. So apparently some guy in North Carolina was so upset about what was happening up there in Pennsylvania. The deputy legal director of the ACLU of Pennsylvania, which represented the Satanic Temple, was pleased the district will grant the after-school Satan Club equal access to school facilities. She said, this settlement sends a powerful reminder to all school districts that the First Amendment protects the viewpoints and beliefs of all people and faiths, and will take action when they forget or ignore this lesson. We are pleased that this matter has been resolved, that the school district has agreed to stop all discrimination against us. That's the director of the Satanic Temple's after-school Satan Club program speaking. She said the children who attended the club meetings enjoyed them. It's for them that we took on this legal fight in the first place. We don't hesitate to do so again if other school districts continue to enact discriminatory policies. But the after-school Satan Club may not resume right away, even though it now could. The Satanic Temple members tried to start their after-school Satan Clubs in public school districts that have allowed Christian-based religious programs to use their facilities. They tried to start a club in another one because a Good News Club, which is Christian, had been permitted by the district. Satanic Temple members say they want to give families a choice, but otherwise do not support religion in the public schools. Now, The district's Good News Club appears now to be inactive, so the after-school Satan Club thinks that they might call it a day as well. They will seek to reopen if the Christian club resumes. So some people are going to say, but Steve, are they acting in good faith if they honestly will just simply say, well, we're not going to open up until they do, and if they do, then we are just to prove a point. But we have a settlement here, okay? So Satanic Temple officials, by the way, say there are more than 700,000 members do not worship Satan. And I've had a lot of people point this out in comments. I've mentioned this in passing a couple times in the last few years. And a lot of people say, by the way, just so you know, it's not a church where they go in and pray to Satan. Like it's not like you simply remove whoever it is you pray to in your church and put in Satan. That's not what they're doing here. At least that's what they say. They don't attempt to convert children in their clubs to Satanism. Satanic Temple members said Satan is a symbol of the eternal rebel. They oppose tyranny and support individualism, empathy, and compassion. So believe it or not, I think those are good things. Individualism, empathy, and compassion. And they oppose tyranny. So now, of course, what's really getting them in trouble is the name of the club, but the After-School Satan Club. But the point here is that the Satanic Temple wanted to hold meetings on campus just like another group that had religious background to it as well. And the argument is that the school said, well, they can do it, but you can't. And now the school's further argument was, well, it's not because of your beliefs, it's because there's people like in this guy from North Carolina who are phoning in threats and stuff. And so you're causing this to happen by your mere presence here. And the court didn't buy that. So, I mean, as you can imagine, I hate to even go here, but in the last few decades, the attention paid to school curriculums has changed dramatically. And it used to be, long time ago, that school boards hired teachers and they somehow managed to come up with a curriculum. People went to school and they graduated and moved on to their lives. And recently, we've seen fights break out over some of the things being taught in schools. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm simply saying that now it's gotten to the point where you will have people showing up at school board meetings and these blow-ups over what's being taught. And notice I've not given any examples, and I'm not going to either, because I don't need to, because you've heard of this. You know this is happening. And so the fights over what's being taught, people are fighting over that, but that won't mean, oh, we're going to stop teaching this entire subject because it creates a fight. That's my point. So the fact that one guy in another state broke the law because of this group meeting on campus doesn't mean, oh, we forbid the group then from meeting on campus. That can't be your best argument. And if it is, you lose. And that's what happened here. Okay? So I know a lot of people find this distasteful and say, wait, I don't think the school should be catering to the Satanic Temple. Well, some people are going to say, yeah, and they shouldn't be catering to the other club, which is apparently in alignment with a different religion than theirs. So that's as far as I'm going to go into it, because it is, in fact, religion. Not politics, but religion. So, Kevin, thanks for sending it. My good friend Kevin sends me a lot of stuff. Satanic Temple After School Club wins $200,000 settlement, primarily legal fees, just to win the case, from the school district there in Pennsylvania. Rita Giordano wrote that for the Philadelphia Inquirer. Questions or comments, put them below. Let's talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Lehto's Law. I don't want to brag, but I just completed a jigsaw puzzle in just 1 week. The box said 3 to 8 years.